I'm Mike Hart. Here's a look at what we're following on this Wednesday. One person is dead following an exchange of gunfire with a BPD officer in a southwest Bakersfield park. Investigators say this began as a traffic stop about 12:15 this morning and turned into a short chase that ended near Plans and South 8th Street at the corner of Plans Park. Officials say the driver of that maroon SUV was taken into custody, but a passenger got out and ran through the park. Investigators say an officer took off after that suspect when the suspect pulled out a gun and fired at the officer, who returned fire.
There were witnesses in the park that indicated that potentially there was an exchange of gunfire. However, that's preliminary information and we won't be able to verify that until we process the scene. So it wasn't just the officer and the individual he was pursuing in the park. There were actual community members in the park as well.
Sergeant Pear went on to say that the officer provided medical aid, but the suspect was pronounced dead at the scene. The BPD says the officer was wearing a body-worn camera and that video will be released, quote, as soon as the investigation allows it, unquote. No one else was injured. The officer was placed on leave pending a shooting review. The coroner's office will release the identity of the victim at a later date. Right now, let's switch gears and get a check of that midweek forecast.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. Today's pretty mild out there in those mid-70s, lower 70s tomorrow, but winds are going to pick back up and we have a storm system coming through. So rain is coming in Thursday night going into Friday, and Friday we cool off a bit into those 60s. If you don't like those kind of more wintry conditions, they do go away heading into this weekend. Low 70s Saturday, even sunnier skies and low 80s on Sunday, staying in those 80s heading into next week. As for our mountains, we're in those low 60s and 70s today, but same thing with that storm system, we start to cool off going into Friday and into those 40s and 50s with those chances of rain. Not expecting too much snow, shouldn't fall below pass level or impact your roadways, and that does clear out for the weekend. Saturday we're in those 50s and 60s. Sunday we're even a little warmer in those low or upper 60s and 70s.
And that's a look at some of the stories we're following right now. For breaking news, weather, and traffic anytime, anywhere on the go, download our free mobile and tablet apps.